I'm going to be filming a lot today, so if you see this shirt and this messy hair in a lot of videos, that's why. I have only read 3 dystopian trilogies thus far. I know that there's a ton out there that I should be reading because apparently they're incredible, but thus far I have read 3. The Hunger Games trilogy, the Shatter Me trilogy, and the Delirium trilogy. I've really enjoyed all of them, but today I'm going to be talking about the Shatter Me trilogy. It's funny though because I found some similarities of what I like in all of the trilogies. For example, for some reason, I seem to always like the second book the most. I think that's because in the first book, they're just trying to, capture your attention. The second one has the most world building generally. It also adds in some new plot points so that the third one can really drive everything home. And the second one, I don't know, it's just always the most appealing to me. During this Shatter Me series review, I will be talking about each portion, so the first book, the second book, and the third, and then just some overall things that I liked about the entirety of the series. So here we go. First book is obviously Shatter Me by Tahereh Mafi. I didn't read the physical book. I actually read all of the books on my Kindle, and then afterwards I was like, I should really own the physical books. Shatter Me was interesting because at first I thought it was very basic. It was good, it was obviously well written. I didn't think that the characters were particularly special. It just seemed very basic. At the same time though, when basic things happened, I kind of understood why they were happening. For example, when Juliet ended up touching someone and it looked like there was going to be immediate insta-love, I was like, oh, okay. I could see insta-love happening because she's never really touched anyone before. Of course she's going to be emphatically in love with someone if she's never touched someone before. It just made sense to me. So I liked that there was excuses for the things that happened, and I also liked at the very end, there was just so many questions left unanswered that Tahereh Mafi made me pick up the second book immediately. So she really captured my attention, and I really respected her for that. This is the journal in which I write book reviews before I put them out on either Tumblr or on, I usually never do video reviews, this is like a first, but I usually write them on here before I write Tumblr posts about them. So this one here is my Shatter Me page. I wrote bullet points at first, just, talking about the different things while I was reading the book. That's what I generally do. And then I wrote a paragraph at the end just talking about all of my different thoughts once I finished the book. So I've been putting the bullet points, on the bottom over here if you haven't noticed. Just little thoughts throughout the book that happened in my mind. Then I wrote that it was such a fantastic start to the series. It built itself up, perched comfortably on Mafi's amazing writing style. It was just a thrilling love story at first. It left so many questions unanswered, but it was still fast moving because the poetic style of writing is so fluid. I am so ready to continue following the story. It's not flawless and not completely original, but it works. I want to get to know these characters more, and now that at least one question was answered, I need to read the second novel. Now, this very second. The page after was supposed to be for Unravel Me. I didn't get to really writing down any of my thoughts because I finished this book in literally like 3 hours. I sped through the entire thing because I was like, what is happening? And this series just turned so good, and that's why I always say that the second novel is definitely my favorite by far. Just so many new things happen and it's so incredible. I wrote on here, insert Goodreads updates. Obviously, I put a lot of Goodreads updates. These are all of my Goodreads updates. I was getting a little crazy because everything was happening and it was crazy. It was awesome. Second book, fantastic. Very fast moving, amazing, new characters, lovely, lovely new characters. I also have a special thing for settings underground. I think it's the coolest thing, and that's where the setting was in this second novel, so that was really cool. Obviously, after the second book, I had to go straight into Ignite Me. That very second, it was an emergency, and I also finished that one in 3 hours. So obviously there wasn't much to say about that one either, except for that there was closure and it was mainly dialogue driven. Something I really, really enjoyed about the third book, I knew all of the characters already, and the characters have grown to be wonderful, wonderful people. They were all so unique, and it was fantastic getting to learn more about them in the second book. The third one, you saw them completely changed because so many things have happened to these people. They've just transitioned into a completely new setting in the third novel, and their mindset has completely changed. Every single one of them. You get to see these same people in a new setting with a different state of mind, and it's the funniest thing trying to watch them communicate to each other about different topics and having all of their different opinions. It was fantastic. It was hysterical. I loved it. The fact that Tahereh Mafi made this series character driven, that's what made it so worthwhile to read. I'm running through this so fast I didn't even show you Unravel Me. That is how fast paced everything is. Or maybe I just forgot. Either way, Shatter Me, Unravel Me, Ignite Me is coming in the mail because I need it to be in paperback. Because it's character driven, I thought I'd just tell you really quick about my two favorite characters because none of them are main characters. Of course, Warner is amazing. I'm not gonna fangirl super hard over him, but he's obviously just a fantastic, fantastic character like everybody says. I will definitely vouch for that one. Juliet, obviously, too, she becomes amazing as a main character. The first one, she's really whiny and everything. The third one, she's just like, what have I done to myself? The third book is very self-aware and that Juliet talks about herself and she's just like, what was I thinking back then? Who was I? I need to step my game up. And it's just nice having Ignite Me be so self-aware. Either way, Juliet was great, Warner's great, but my two favorite characters are James and Kenji. James and Kenji are both secondary characters. James is about a 10-year-old boy and he's just watching everything happen. So his reactions to everything are, of course, either hilarious or heartbreaking. And then Kenji, he becomes Juliet's best friend and he's such a powerful character. His background story is awesome and he's just, again, hilarious. I think he became my favorite in the second book, and the third book just continued that love for Kenji. So yes, obviously I definitely recommend this series. Could not recommend it enough. I think I made this spoiler free. I'm not sure, but I definitely think that I did. I really hope that you get into this series. If you like powerful, strong characters and strong character development, read this. And it would definitely be something that you would want to marathon as well because you're gonna end up loving it. That is it. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry this is so lengthy. I will see you very soon because like I said, I'm filming a lot today. Bye!